What's up, guys? Spencer here. We're back in the garage doing another video. In this particular video, I'm going to be talking about the all-new XR10 Pro Legacy Edition speed control. I've already had the opportunity to do quite a bit of testing with this particular speed control behind the scenes. Matty G's been pretty heavily involved, and a few of the other HOBBYWING drivers as well. And in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what the speed control is, talk about the price point, and also I'm going to be doing an unboxing to show you what it comes with. And then along with that, I'm actually going to be putting this in my race car for an event coming up for the Top Gun shootout. So I will be doing an actual event racing with it, and then a follow-up message at the end of the video talking about the speed control. But ultimately, the XR10 Pro Legacy Edition is a budgeted speed control. It is based off of our newest and older speed controls, the G2 along with the G3 speed control. This specific speed control doesn't have all the internal settings as the GT, for an example. But going through the settings, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in the video, and just the functionality, I can tell you right now, there is not a better speed control out there for the price point of this one. There's literally nothing that comes anywhere near close. The drivability and how precise everything is with the speed control feels basically the same as the G3, but you're just limited to how many settings you're able to tune. So for those who are coming into the hobby looking for a budget speed control, or even maybe a veteran person that doesn't want the, I guess, the headache of dealing with all the speed control settings that are available to tune, and you want something just basic and budget friendly, I can tell you right now, the XR10 Pro Legacy is the one for you. So let's get right into it, do a little unboxing video for you guys. I got my knife ready to go. See what this thing's all about. When you open this speed control, everything fits so nice and tidy. The first thing you see is the nice packaging with this. You got the initial impression of the black case and with the black wire. I'm going to take this out, which will put this to a side real quickly. On the bottom half of the speed control, you have the manual, which no one typically reads, although I like to go through them just to see if there's anything specific that I might have missed, which I'll put to the side. As always from HOBBYWING, we have our signature stickers that come in the box. I have 1,000 of these, so I don't save these, but if you wanted to sticker something in a toolbox maybe, this is a good opportunity to do that. Receiver port, this is for several different things you can use for the program box. Zip ties to keep your wires nice and tidy. There's 2 of them. And then heat shrink along with some double-sided tape for your speed control, which I don't necessarily use the heat shrink. But to get to the brains of it all, the speed control does come with 13 gauge wire, which is something that traditionally we all use in most of the racing that we do. The G3X speed control comes with 12 gauge wire that helps with a little bit of some power punch. Personally, for people that are going to be buying this speed control, you can change it if you really wanted to, but typically that if you're going with this route for purchasing, then it's something you probably don't really need to worry about. So as you'll notice with this particular speed control, it doesn't have the G3 style fan mount, which is this kind of metal cover, and this style fan, which is kind of our newest generational technology fan. This is just your generic ESC fan that's just bolted on, which does a great job. You'll see that it has the black ESC wire and then your normal cap capacitor to kind of finish things off. So I'm going to get this thing installed in my car for the event coming up, which is the Top Gun Shootout, SDRC, and get it all wired up. And we'll report back after the event's over, show you and share the settings that I ran. As always, guys, for those who follow the videos that I do at the HOBBYWING YouTube channel, along with on our Facebook channel, HOBBYWING Technology or HOBBYWING North America, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions regarding anything in this particular video or other videos, please put in the comments. We always go back and review them. And we'll see you guys at the end of the video. Thank you. What's up, guys? Tuning back in here at SDRC Raceway for the 2025 Top Gun Shootout. I'm going to be showing you the settings from my XR10 Pro Legacy Edition speed control from what we're running this weekend, and then kind of talk about some of the settings that you can't really tune, but also show that it is a capable product for the price. And yeah, let's get right into it. So as you can see, we have it plugged in. Gonna turn it on here. Going through the rundown. In general, you have most of the same settings that you are able to tune with the initial parameter settings. Throttle rate, we're running 23. Neutral range 6, initial throttle 3, coast, drive frequency is 12, no softening, drag brake is 20, brake force is 95, 18 brake rate, brake frequency is 12, traditional brake control, no boost, and 3 degrees of turbo. Initially, you're not, just from the differences of what you are and aren't able to tune with the Legacy Edition compared to the G3, is your drag brake rate along with the freewheeling. That seems to be some of the two things that I would say that this weekend that I would probably want to start tuning with, is the drag brake frequency. Because of the no drag brake frequency and because I have a higher brake frequency at 12, which is pretty smooth, that is why my drag brake is much higher than normal, where on the G3 I would run my drag brake frequency probably at 6, half the amount of the brake frequency, and this setting would be more like in the 10 to 12 range. And then as far as the freewheeling goes, which would be typically up here, it is not a value you're able to change on the Legacy Edition speed control, so that seems to be one of the things that you don't get. But as far as driving the speed control out there on the track, it is completely a capable speed control, and I highly recommend checking it out for those who are just getting in the hobby or want to keep things simplified.